It began on a quiet afternoon when the forest seemed to be holding its breath. The air was still, as if every leaf and twig were listening for something. From the undergrowth, a russet shape emerged, slender, deliberate, and brimming with curiosity. A fox, eyes bright as amber, crept forward with the soft elegance of a shadow come alive. It was not hunger that pulled her deeper into the woods this time, but the faintest trace of movement she had glimpsed near the old sycamore. Beneath that gnarled tree, a pattern shifted, subtle at first, almost like a stray breeze had disturbed the earth. Then the pattern unraveled, revealing a smooth, scaled body that glimmered in muted shades of brown and gold. A fox snake. Its muscles rippled as it slid over the roots, tongue flicking to taste the air. The fox froze, ears twitching. She had met snakes before, but this one seemed different. Not venomous, not hostile, simply aware. The snake's black-marked back blended seamlessly with the mottled ground, making it both invisible and strangely magnificent. The fox took a cautious step closer, her nose quivering with the scent of dry earth and something ancient. The snake turned its head ever so slightly, regarding her with round, calm eyes. There was no lunge, no hiss. Only the slow, deliberate pause of a creature that knew the value of stillness. They studied each other in that moment, predator and non-prey, hunter and unhunted. The fox tilted her head, as though trying to puzzle out why she wasn't afraid. The snake, in turn, flicked its tongue again, as if tasting the story of the fox's journey on the wind. Around them, the forest resumed its chorus. The drumming of a woodpecker far off, the rustle of leaves high above, the whisper of grass as a breeze returned. The fox crouched, ready to leap away at the first sign of threat. Instead, the snake began to move, not toward her, but past her, gliding in an unbroken line. The fox's eyes followed every coil, mesmerized by the liquid grace of its body. It was as if the snake carried with it a path only it could see, invisible yet certain. She thought of how she wandered, often guided by scent or sound, and wondered what it might be like to travel with such silent, unerring direction. A flicker of mischief stirred in her. She padded alongside it, matching its speed, darting ahead, then circling back. The snake did not mind. It seemed almost amused, if snakes could be amused, at the sudden companionship. Together they passed moss-covered logs and shallow puddles that caught the light like glass. When they reached a clearing where the sun spilled down in gold, the snake stopped, resting in a patch of warmth. The fox sat nearby, curling her tail around her paws. She had the sense that this was the end of their brief, shared journey. The snake would go on alone, and so would she. But something lingered. Not a bond in the human sense, but a quiet understanding. The fox had seen in the snake a kind of patience she did not possess. The snake, perhaps, had seen in the fox a spark of restless life that its own steady nature lacked. They had crossed paths not as rivals, not as strangers, but as two travelers whose roads had briefly aligned. With a final unblinking glance, the snake slid back into the shadowed grass, its body disappearing into the patterns of the earth once more. The fox watched until the last trace was gone, then rose and trotted toward the trees, carrying with her the memory of that golden-scaled silence. In the forest, such meetings pass quickly. Yet for those who pay attention, they are stories that endure, told not in words but in the still moments between breaths, when a fox and a snake share the same sunlight, and for a heartbeat, the same world.